Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 17. Yasya nahan krito bhavaha buddhiryasya na lipyate hatvapi sahiman lokan nahanti na nibhadyate. In Sloka 16, Krishna described about a man of perverse understanding, contrary understanding, from the actual understanding, as Durmatihi. Now, Krishna will explain one who has a proper understanding of his self, Sumatihi. Here, in the sloka, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to kill as many as possible without any hesitation. Arjuna thinks, how can I do that? Killing is sinful. By killing, I will get sin. Krishna says here, you will not get any sins at all, guaranteed. Arjuna was wondering, how is that possible? It is quite obvious, when you kill someone, you will get a reaction, you get a bad karma. Krishna says, yes, but if killing is done part of your dharma as dharma yuddha, and this dharma yuddha is part of kshatriya dharma, you are a kshatriya. You, by following your varnashrama dharma as kshatriya, you will never incur any sins, Arjuna. So don't see this as an act of killing people. See this as an act of your dharma as kshatriya. O Arjuna, also know that if you don't engage in the fight and kill these people, you will get sin. By you fighting and killing these people, you will not get sin. You are worried about killing Bhishma, Drona, etc., as you have a great respect for them. Also they are elders, your gurus. What I am saying is, even if you must kill the whole world as part of Kshatriya Dharma, still you will not get any sins at all. What to speak of just killing Bhishma and Drona? Let's be clear here before we proceed any further. Krishna is not advising us to go around and shoot people, kill people around the world so that we can get liberated. By killing people, we are not going to get liberation. Then why does Krishna advises this to Arjuna? For this we need to know a nyaya called Viniyoga Prataknyaya. We have also learnt about this nyaya earlier. An action that we perform changes according to the mentality of the doer of that particular action. For example, when a person kills someone for the country, he gets rewarded. When the same person kills someone due to enmity or whatever personal reason, he gets punished. The act, that is killing, is same in either cases, but the purpose are different. You being a Kshatriya, you are allowed to kill not for your own satisfaction, but as your responsibility. That is your duty, which needs to be performed. This is an introduction to the sloka. Now let's understand the meaning of the sloka. Yasya, he whose bhavaha, thinking, nahankritaha, is not shaped by egoism, one who does not think I am the doer. Nahankritaha, yasya, whose buddhihi, intellect, na lipyate, is not attached to the results, action, does not claim the action and the fruit as his. that is aware that I am not the doer, the agent. The fruit is not mine. Buddhihi yasya na lipyate. He who is clear in his mind that as I am not the doer of this karma, its result has no connection with me, and also this work is not mine. Saha, he, satyatyagi, sāttvikatyagi, iman lokan, all these worlds, hatvapi, even if he kills in battle, iman lokan hatvapi, in the battlefield, a kshatriya can slay all his enemies. Thereby, he does not commit a sin. Nahanti, does not kill. That is, a kshatriya, when he kills people, the enemies in the battle, nahanti, actually, he is not a killer. He is different from the murderer. Why? Because a murderer thinks that he is killing him, the other person. Whereas a kshatriya nahanti, he kills no one, though he slays all these men. Na nibadhyate, does not become bound by the fruit of action, which is inimical to one's liberation. Translation: one who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions. Prabhupada in his purport says, when a soldier kills under the command of a superior officer, he is not subject to be judged. But if a soldier kills on his own personal account, then he is certainly judged by a court of law. This is what being explained in this verse. But in the scriptures, it is said killing is himsa. In Kathopanishad, it is said navirato dushcharitan nashanto nasamahitaha nashanto manaso vapi prajnenainam apnuyat. That is, there is no chance of success in one's life to become purified and attain the supreme abode if he is not free from odd bad conducts, which also includes torturing other living entities. In other place, it is said ahimsa paramo dharmaha. The greatest dharma is ahimsa. Whereas Krishna here in the sloka says, go ahead and kill as many people as you like. Even if you have to kill the whole world, that's fine. You will not get any sins. Seem to be contradicting from what we see from the other scriptures. Why is Krishna encouraging Arjuna to kill people when other part of the scriptures clearly says statements like ahimsa paramo dharmaha? Well, there is a clause in what Krishna says here. If we remove that clause, it is himsa. It is sinful. But if you apply the clause in what Krishna said, then that killing is not himsa, it is ahimsa, which means paramo dharmaha. What is that clause? Arjuna, go ahead and kill everyone, not just Bhishma and Drona. If you have to kill the whole world, go ahead and do it, because you are doing dharma yuddha, and this is your dharma because you are Kshatriya. So this is an important clause in Krishna's statement, in his instruction. This is not applicable for Brahmana, Vaishyas or Sudras. This instruction is very specific to a Kshatriya. Whereas if this same act of killing is performed by a Brahmana, for example, certainly that Brahmana will get sins for killing. But if a Kshatriya does, it is his Varnashrama Dharma. Therefore, he will not incur any sins at all. This is why Dronacharya was blamed. Being a Brahmana, he shouldn't have come to the battlefield. That is his mistake. He should have simply stayed back home, continued doing his dharma as a Brahmana, but while performing his duty as a Brahmana, if he get any hindrance, then he takes action to correct that situation so he can continue to perform his Brahmanical duties. Likewise, a Vaishya, a mercantile person, if he gets any hindrance in his business, in his duty of doing agriculture or cow protection, he can take action against that, but not otherwise. Now comes another question. If Kshatriyas are allowed to kill because it is their varnashrama dharma, therefore they will not get any sins. Arjuna being a Kshatriya, he will not get any sin by killing people. This is what we have understood so far. But the question is, then what about Duryodhana? He was also a Kshatriya, and he was also fighting in the battlefield, and he was also killing people. So he will also not get any sins. Is that right? Answer is no. He will get sins. Why? Both of them are Kshatriyas, both of them are fighting, both of them are killing. Why Arjuna will not get sins, but Duryodhana will? Answer is very simple. Arjuna did dharma yuddham, therefore no sins, whereas Duryodhana did adharma yuddham, therefore he will get sins. Only one letter makes a big difference. What Arjuna did is dharma yuddham, dharma without ye in prefix, whereas Duryodhana did adharma yuddham, where dharma with ye in the prefix. Dharma yuddha means religious fight. Adharma yuddha means irreligious fight. What is religious? That is which is based on the scriptures. What is irreligious? That which is not based on the scriptures. What does that mean? Duryodhana did with ahankara. I am fighting. This battle will fetch me the kingdom. And he did the battle to attain a lower result, the kingdom. So, you can see all three are present within him. That is ahankara, mamakara and phalam. I am the doer, this belongs to me and I want this. And this is totally against the scriptures. This is not religious. This is irreligion. Therefore what Duryodhana did is adharma yuddham, whereas Arjuna did under the guidance of Krishna, having a clear understanding that I am not the doer, this action doesn't belong to me, and the result doesn't belong to me. Therefore it is scriptural, which is religious. Therefore Arjuna did dharma yuddham, hence he does not get any sins. We can understand that Arjuna did sāttvikaṁ. I am not doing the fight. This act of fight to fetch the kingdom doesn't belong to me, and the kingdom which will be rewarded after this fight is also not mine. Sometimes people have this idea, even in the path of spirituality, thinking I should not help anyone. I should not give food to anyone. I should not give shelter, cloth, money to anyone, because I will get sin if they misuse whatever I give. It is true that we have to give charity or help to the right person, as we have seen this in earlier chapters as well. But if we have to help someone, we can't just stay quiet saying I will get sin if I help this person, because that is not dharma. If someone is really struggling in life, needs help, even though if that person is not a devotee, he needs help badly, we simply cannot sit idle or ignore that person if we are in a position to help that person. This is humanity. If we do not have these common human qualities, then how can we call ourselves Vaishnavas? The Vaishnavas doesn't tolerate others' suffering. So if we are in a situation where we have to help someone, we have to apply the same. We help the people and offer the result to Krishna. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam. Krishna will be pleased by our act. And also we don't incur any sins. For those who are very much concerned about getting bad karmas. This is what Krishna's message to Arjuna. Arjuna, you fight and kill as many people as you want because that is your dharma. You are a kshatriya. You have to follow your dharma. This is dharma yuddham. You will not get any reaction for your action because you are not doing this for your personal gain. By doing this battle, Arjuna, you will be free of obstacles, any obstacle in your path towards moksha, towards liberation. Please understand one more time. Arjuna was thinking that by he getting engaged in this battle, it will become an obstacle for his liberation because it will produce sins for him. If he has sins, he will not be able to attain moksha. Moksha means free of good karma and bad karmas. Whereas Krishna says here, by you getting engaged actively in this battle, you will attain moksha. Why? Because you are doing your duty as Kshatriya, which will help you to get purified, not to become contaminated. By not doing so, you will for sure will get contaminated, will get sins. Chances of you attaining liberation is gone and you will remain in this material world. As I already said, this is not applicable for Duryodhana. He, though fighting enthusiastically, he will not attain moksha, because his yuddha is adharma, whereas yours is dharma. To summarize, he who is fully aware that Krishna, Ishvara, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the main agent, main doer, is clear in his mind that he is not the agent, he meaning the Jivatma, the self. The fruit of the action is not his and the action does not belong to him. Such a person, even if he kills in battle not only Bhishma and other warriors, but also all the living entities, he is still not a killer. Also, he is not going to get any sins by doing so. This is another important sloka to apply in our life practically. We many times think whether I should do this or not to do this. We get into this dharma sankata situation like Arjuna. So, if we understand this sloka, then we know what to do and what not to do. First thing is this that I am going to do is being sanctioned by the scriptures? Then, is this my duty to do? Even though it may be sanctioned in the scriptures, maybe that's not my responsibility to do. Then I should not do it. Considering it is sanctioned in the scripture, it is my responsibility because I play that role. Then comes the three factors. Am I doing this out of ego? Am I doing this because this is mine? Am I doing this because of wanting to have some personal gains? if we are thinking in these lines, 3 lines, then we should not be doing. Whereas if we think, I am not the doer, meaning I am not the only doer, I am not an independent doer. Number 2, this doesn't belong to me, because everything belongs to Krishna. Thirdly, the result that comes out of my action is not mine. Again, it is Krishna's. And this is only possible if we perform sāttvikaṁ in these lines. And this has been told quite few times in past slokas by Krishna. And how do we get to perform sāttvikaṁ? It is only possible if the sattva guna within us is strong. In upcoming slokas, Krishna is going to elaborate how to subdue rajas and tamas, that is mode of passion and mode of ignorance, and how to cultivate sattva guna, mode of goodness, more and more. For that, karmas are of 3 types: sattvika, rajasa and tamasic. Karma, we are not talking about the reaction karma, papa karma or punya karma. We are talking about the activities. Activities are also called as karmas. And these threefold classification, that is sattvika, rajasic and tamasic, is applicable in other places, in all places. To elaborate on all this aspect, Krishna now presents a clear idea on the facts which motivates action and the constituents of action. Yasya nahan krito bhavaha buddhiryasya na lipyate hatvapi sa iman lokan nahanti na nibadyate. Namaste. Hare Krishna.